that a mysteriously long-lost ancient human civilization once spanned virtually our entire planet. And the implications of that are incredible, because it means that what we were taught in school and is still being taught and written about in the textbooks is like really off from what actually occurred in our human history. But let me be clear. It is firmly stated and taught in the world of academics, historians, and archaeologists that there is no connection between ancient Egypt, Cambodia, or Central America. In fact, it is considered to be, and I quote, fringe science, pseudo-history, and pseudo-archaeology to suggest that it was possible for these ancient civilizations to have been connected across the oceans and the continents. But let's take a second to compare the unique similarities between the step pyramids of Egypt, the step pyramids of Central America, and the step pyramids of Southeast Asia. Compare these statues to others as far away as Turkey and, get this, Indonesia. Although not exactly the same, when you look at the more nuanced details such as hand positions and unique facial and jaw structure, I mean, come on, is this also just a coincidence? And then we remind you that the site in Turkey you see here, Göbekli Tepe, is the world's oldest megalithic site on Earth. Again, another interesting and specific coincidence for three separate cultures separated by time and distance. And speaking of gold masks, notice the depiction of a cobra snake at the forehead, something you'll also see on countless stone statues of pharaohs within ancient Egypt. Well, now take a look at how the cobra snake was depicted above the heads of ancient Hindu gods. Here you can see just a few examples. And although not exactly the same, this is without a doubt a specific similarity. I mean, why would anyone think to depict this, a cobra snake at the head? Of course, you can read the explanations provided by scholars, which is not consequential to this video, but rather the similarity itself is the significance, because there is absolutely no known acknowledged connection between ancient Egypt and ancient India.
This is from the temple of Seti I in Abydos, and we see the pharaoh Seti showing his young son Ramesses II a list of all the kings of Egypt who'd ruled before them. And that list goes back through the historical pharaohs who we know about, back to around about the date that we would call 3000 BC, when Egyptian civilization is supposed to have begun. But it doesn't stop there. It keeps on going back. It goes back thousands and thousands and thousands of years before that, until the time of the gods, the time that the ancient Egyptians called Zep Tepi, the first time, when the gods brought civilization to Egypt.
Born to be free.
The people of Rapa Nui built their enormous statues, then said to themselves, hey, you know what's missing? Hats! And so they used a different type of red rock, carved some hats, and put them on top of the statues. This was no easy feat. The hats, called hukao, had to be transported from far away and then lifted way up onto the top of the statues. And this was all going on hundreds of years ago. Some of these hats were nearly 7 feet in diameter and weighed 13 tons. It took some serious ingenuity to get them on top of the statues. They had to build dirt ramps, hoists, and employ dozens of men. But this leads to another question. Why did they feel the need for giant red hats? Similar headgear has been seen on temple carvings across many places in Asia. They literally look like the exact same headgear on other statues thousands of miles away. There are some pretty bizarre coincidences between two of history's oldest mythologies. Greek mythology and Indian mythology are sometimes so similar that when you look at them closely, it's as if they were made up by the same person. For example, let's look at Zeus and Indra. Both are the king of the gods, both live on a holy mountain, and both have an affinity for thunderbolts. The Greeks and the Indians even have heroes who may as well be the same person. Karna and Achilles have almost identical stories and mythologies surrounding them. Both were skilled warriors, both wore a type of impenetrable armor, and both were demigods.
So this subject has been tackled again and again and again and again. Mainstream academia has said, no, it's impossible, there could be no lost civilization, we know everything about the past, and it's been dismissed. But the problem is that new evidence keeps coming out, which can't be explained by the existing historical model. New evidence that just doesn't fit the picture. And my sense is that this evidence is now becoming overwhelming, and that we're reaching a tipping point. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. But within our lifetimes, we are going to see a completely new understanding of the past, a radical revisioning of the past, and therefore of our place in the world as well.